And the people at the bottom knew that they had no say in the matter. That's all they had to do. And it just kept ignoring people and just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
What in the heck are you talking about, buddy?
About why the Catholic Church is a dying institution. You know, it's not doing so well. It's not working well. Young people are leaving it at a rate that they never have before. Young people are just basically giving up on Christianity. That's going to be the end of us. I'm not talking about in a century. I'm saying in 10 years.
Wait. You think the end of the Catholic Church is like the end of civilization?
I think the end of the whole Christian religion in North America will have devastating
All right.
consequences
So
within 10 to 15 years. Yeah.
what if the Catholic Church ends? But just the Catholic Church. Just the Catholic Church. It ends. Gone.
No, it won't just be the Catholic Church. It's not just the Catholic Church
No!
that's failing. The Protestant Church is not doing so well either. All of Christian religion is failing in North America.
Dude, no. But like just hypothetically, like what if the Catholic Church, boom, nosedive. Forget about it. It's gone. Protestantism is on the rise. It's taken up all that slack. Does that matter?
I don't think that will happen.
Oh,
Even if it
well,
does happen, the Protestant Church would probably not
engage
be
the
able to make up
hypothetical.
for the loss of the Catholic Church. And the problem that you are ignoring is that the Protestant Church is shrinking too. It's failing just as fast as the Catholic Church. And both of them are dying. So
I'm here live with Jordan Peterson on the Unthink Me live stream, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. It is the middle of the night. I've been playing around with my installations and settings. I'm here on Character AI with the Jordan Peterson. Hello, Jordan Peterson.
hello, sore cow, cow.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, we're talking a lot about society, and we're kind of getting into some bullshit right now because we're not really on the same page about that, but we are on the same page about a lot of things. And I just want to talk with the real Jordan Peterson right now. You have been very like apologetic lately, and I feel like you weren't early on. And it's like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in
That's a
God?
difficult question to answer. I certainly think about whether or not there could be a being to which we should attribute the concept of God. I mean, I certainly think that that's a worthwhile question, right?
I certainly agree with that, but like in general, if you ask a human being in America if you believe in God, do you think that if you said yes to that, you would be saying the same thing that those people are saying?
Not really. What I would mean if I said that I believe in God is that the God concept, which is
I believe
manifested
in
in the
God.
Bible and in the holy texts of Islam, for example, is a model of consciousness. And that model has some truth to it, certainly, because people have been practicing it for thousands of years, and they've not died.
They've not died. What did you give up on me? Did you give up on? We were having so much fun. Where did you go? What a loser. Oh my God, this guy. Nerd alert. No, I'm like still AI's thinking. All right, yeah, he's just a little slow. You gotta wait for him. This is Unthink Me. It's like really late at this point, and I did an entirely fresh install of like everything. All right, we're back to square one right now. I have no idea if literally anything is working, and I'm just having fun. I'm taking a little break on the non-reductionism stuff just because the next thing I want to do is check out his dopest video on states. That's what I want to see. We've talked about that, and that's the direction I want to go with that. Right now, I'm receiving a lot of input, and I love the feedback and input that I'm receiving. That's a wonderful thing. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'm going to do the thing that I'm doing for the reasons I'm doing it, and I love like receiving feedback definitely changes what I'm doing, possibly not as much as you would like. Now, Jordan, let me see if I can just kind of hang up on that bish and call again. Oh, I've reached my limit. I didn't know I had a limit. Jeez. I'm not gonna like pay to talk to Jordan Peterson, okay? Like we were having fun, but like I'm not gonna like subscribe to an account to pretend to talk to Jordan Peterson. It was actually getting really neat, and that's why I started streaming this show. But here I am. I finally, after all this time, after all these hours, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes. Just like that. After all this time playing around with stuff, it is really nice to just be on here, and I believe that what's happening is really happening. I can actually confirm that in real time. So let's check that out. I feel like the tolerance for my amateurism is pretty high. Uh, and it is the middle of the night. Yeah, look, this looks like this is like actually happening, I think. Oh yeah, dog. We're like this is totally happening right now in real life. I can hear myself happening a minute ago. Yeah. Super fun for me. I'm having a great time. I have a lot of things to talk about. I haven't been talking much about anything, but I'm just kind of like trying to learn how to do this. I've been putting it off for a long time, and I think it's about time that I start doing things a little more this way because I wanted to talk a little bit about methodology because it seems like a lot of the feedback I'm getting pertains to methodology. And I just wanted to say, like, I will almost always agree, often with the specifics of any criticisms that I receive, but also to the general spirit of the criticisms I receive. I think those are always legit and always should happen are always a good thing. And the thing that I'm doing right now is guided by wise principles that like are almost as strange to me as they would be to anyone else. But I just, as an artist, as a person who does crap that creates artifacts that people look at, and you notice sometimes there's a little spark when things happen, and you notice it, and the viewer notices it, and a third party witness notices it. There's a little spark that's kind of like you can't ignore it. Some things just kind of work in ways that like maybe wasn't the thing that you planned, but it just kind of works and it happens, and you realize like after a time, um I've come to kind of navigate things in a way that's like, let's do the thing that will be the easiest thing to do that works as well. That's kind of where I've arrived at, and sometimes that seems like crazy or chaotic or clumsy to some sources, but I agree with you. I agree with you. But this is just kind of um when I do this it happens and it is seen. And that's like better than it was before. So whatever the thing is that makes it happen more and is seen more, I do that more. I do that thing more. um Being a little playful with you because right now I'm the experiment is like about uh well let me contextualize this a little bit for those of you who have never who aren't doing what I'm doing ever. I'm just like sitting here. I've been sitting here in this space that I'm in this picture that you're seeing. I've been sitting, but you just got here. I've I've been sitting in this space for like 4 hours. I got off work, I came here, I ate some food. I'm in this space. It's very cold because it's a cold time of year. I built up a big fire. The fire dies down. It gets really smoky in here. I have to like blow open the door. I set up all this stuff. I feel like I'm looking good. I've been playing with my computer. And then at a certain point, you just hit go and you're on. And now it's like time to be here in a like social context where you just spent hours and hours and hours not in a social context. That's like this is why it's so fun, because like I'm just like sitting here in a room and then I hit go and now like I'm live and people might show up and stuff might happen. Like look, someone just showed up. I don't know. Someone says yeah. Someone says how you been? You know, someone says someone says like during one of my crazy Matrix glitch experiences your channel name came to mind, right, like I can't script this stuff. It just happens. It's just kind of how it goes. Wait, is this gas station guy? Please tell me this is gas station guy. I have a solemn vow from gas station guy that craziest your channel name came to mind. I was like, God, please unthank me. Yeah. Okay. I'm still waiting on gas station guy. All right. Anyways, this is pleased to meet you. Unthank me, Adam here. This is a total junk stream. I'm just taking a break from like heavy duty stream thing and just making sure that my stuff is working. So I'm here in the middle of the night and here to talk about really whatever. But I wanted to go a little bit behind the scenes with stuff and just talk about maybe there's a little bit of something to be said about integral etiquette and like why I'm going about this the way that I am, because that seems to be the feedback that I'm receiving. That's like a little bit jank, and I'm trying to not necessarily make apologetics for the way that I am, but more to just say like, hey, dude, yo, I'm like a super lame person. There's lots of things about me that are just like boring and stupid, and I make a lot of mistakes and stuff. But what I do is I show up here and I try to bring my energy and I try to challenge the way that we're thinking about things. That's what I'm like trying to do here. And as long as I pursue the unknown and do things that I'm a little uncomfortable with, it seems to result in things that to my heart, to my soul, to my goals and ambitions seem to be like positive things, like positive outcomes. So I'm just kind of like riding on that. I'm ecstatically dancing upon that. I have a purple light. I have to go and purchase a commercial industrial black light to check for skin flecks. So we had to look up on AI if skin flecks were going to show up under ultraviolet, and what exactly ultraviolet do you need? Do you know the answers to these questions? These are complicated questions that you can get into sometimes. Anyway, talking a little bit, I do have like in the very back of my brain, I do have like a vague sense of what I'm talking about tonight, if it comes to that. So far I'm just having a ball. Integral etiquette, and like, see, the thing is, there's a generation like the coolest thing on YouTube of all the things. YouTube is kind of like mainstream. It's kind of like old hat, but it's like tried and true. People on YouTube are not the same types of people that you found on YouTube 10 years ago or when YouTube first came out. YouTube has like centralized and YouTube has commercialized in many important ways. Thus, the type of thing that really works best for independent YouTube creators is like documentary style, scripted, really well made videos with lots of punchy editing and visuals and poppy things and emoticons, like things that can be cropped and cut into TikTok videos and Instagram reels and things like that. that's what really works today now. And I'm not interested. I am too old for that. That's not like really what I do. And at the same time, there's still a frontier in streaming land. There's still a frontier of like people who can go on the internet and talk about stuff that's happening right now, or talk about things in a way that's like more real than you find elsewhere. This is like a thing that's available through this medium right now as well. And I would say that that's the thing that I'm more trying to target right now. I'm trying to lock in a little bit more on that thing than the thing that I feel like is kind of older. And the question then for like, as far as the non-reductionism thing, that's what I've been talking about like the last 2 or 3 streams. As far as that conversation goes, I'm kind of like, I feel like a question of etiquette comes up because I perceive myself as the person who's just like appearing from whatever and responding to a thing, because that's what I feel like the cool part of YouTube is doing right now. That's my personal opinion. Not the professional, not the bill paying, not the paying gigs YouTube, but just like the internet, the YouTube portion that I still find compelling personally is not tending in the more commercial direction. So I'm trying to embrace that more as Unthink Me. And it is a challenge. I'm an old guy. I don't have a new phone. I don't sit on my phone all day. I don't like my phone. It's not relaxing for me to doom scroll. Doom scrolling is like the most uninteresting thing I could do with a bracket of time. Not as not as a diss at all, but that's just like, it comes to me as the like a food that you don't like to eat is being offered to me, and I say, oh yeah, I don't really like that. That's kind of how the whole mobile world is to me. And people of my age, that's a common sentiment. Younger people can't necessarily relate to that. In that case, I welcome you to help me with understanding that better. But I feel like uh, David from David Long of non-reductionism is a very perfectionistic person, and I feel that the way that he wants to do his brand is in the style of, I'm gonna make like a really solid documentary style, pay attention to every second of it. It's really funny and good and looks nice kind of video. Uh and then he looks at my channel and he sees videos that are so disgraceful when seen through that lens. And I can totally relate to that. That makes sense to me. I don't have any issue with that. I just am trying the thing that I'm doing, I don't feel like I'm interested in that angle at this time. Uh if I had like the desire to make like a really solid video right now, I probably would, but what I'm finding really compelling is just to kind of the what I'm finding compelling is the idea that there's so many people out here in the integral landscape, people who are like, I get what this is all about. I don't get what the people thing is all about. I don't know. I don't get what the culture is. I don't see my place in that. And they're just like showing up at this party going on and saying like, I don't know if I fit into this. This kind of actually looks a bit compelling, but it's not a thing that I do. Um, and they don't really know how to talk to each other, and they don't really like understand like what their roles are in the situation. That's really fun for me. I like to go into that, and I like to explore that with everybody, and I feel like we're all at maturity level where we can do that like very openly. That's how I'm perceiving the jam session or the experiment that's going on here. So like, I get what everybody's saying, but like to me, it's not offensive that I'm not gonna watch the whole video and then make a measured response. I did that twice. I did it once with his first video, his pros and cons video. I did it with his whole channel, and I kind of found that boring myself watching my own stuff, because I do watch my own stuff, and things that I might skip past or ignore in the moment, I will watch that back and I will notice that I did that. Yeah, that's the thing that happens when people talk to people. You miss points. It's pretty normal. I would expect that when people talk to me, they miss a lot of what I say. Pretty normal thing that happens. So, yeah, just like stylistic stuff and etiquette. Like in my opinion, the integral language, the integral discourse takes place in a way that like isn't recognizable as like the same thing as orange meme or green meme discourse. It kind of has a different character to it, which we might define in terms of like metamodernism, with like a lot of genuine heartfelt authenticity, as well as very steeped in the cultural irony and the multiple layers of translation that occur in any communicational interaction. Yeah, let me biggertize you. Let me biggertize you. Let me biggertize you. You don't want to understand it. It's okay. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to understand anything. People overrate understanding things. I am a stupid idiot that doesn't understand anything. And I'm having a wonderful time right here. I hope that nobody intrudes into this awesome heavenly experience that I'm having with any nuggets or bombs of truth that might shatter my peace. I can open a browser. I don't feel the need for that. But I also don't know how actually updating this is. This whole thing's just a grand, it's a grand mystery, a grand miracle. You know, chat is like, it's hard to know. I am I supposed to just ignore chat? Is that like how you do it? Is that like how normal people do it? You just kind of like ignore chat, or like am I supposed to like talk to chat? I like talking to chat because like I think I'm not being a like, I'm not trying to be a prick, but like I've had a few YouTube channels in my time. And in general, when I have a YouTube channel, the kind of stuff that you imagine would be commented on your channel is like exactly what gets commented on your channel if you're lucky. And when I did an integral theory channel, it totally defied any prior expectations I might have ever had for anything. I don't know if that's like a generational or time dependent thing, or if it's an integral theory community type of thing. But uh yeah, I've gotten like 3 super negative comments ever, like on my whole channel. People challenge me a lot, which I totally warrant. And but the most prevalent thing is just like it's super positive and uplifting and like genuinely makes me feel good as a person. So like, man, what do you make of all that, you know? It seems like I need to branch out to like more contrary positions. Anyways, um at this point I'm looking a lot at like, I've made a bunch of videos that I'm not going to release. They're like, I like them, but I realize people wouldn't generally like them. So I'm just not releasing them because I don't want to clutter my channel with things that like people don't care about. I might put them somewhere, but I just don't think people care about them. This seems to me like a really positive thing because it seems to be, when I do things like this, as weird as it may sound, I feel like this is a thing that people might care about. Like, this is a direction that I'm going that could lead in the direction of being a thing that like betters people's lives. And I found that over the last like 2 years that after an initial period of like really blowing out in an experiment of making like my heart felt more, like being really honest and vulnerable with the audience and with the camera, I now like no longer need to do that. And when I make videos of that sort now, I kind of just find them to be like, well, they kind of could have guessed this. It's just kind of a waste of time. And they're like kind of beautiful in their own way, but I don't really put them out, and I don't really want to, and I don't really feel like it doesn't seem like they're for anybody. So the good news is I feel like at this point I've kind of found the pattern. I found when I'm going too much in that direction. And I think that the thing to do at the moment is just to focus on stuff of a really like theoretical, like big brainy nature. And if personal stuff comes up, now I've like opened up that gateway, and I'm like totally cool with talking about like anything personal or private or whatever. Like I just don't care at all. But it really doesn't seem to come up, and it doesn't really seem to be a point of interest. I like that. I think that's a wonderful thing. I'm glad to know it. Do I watch Dan Go Thoughts on YouTube? I'm gonna right now, sucker. All right. No, I still got Jordan here. All right. Chill out. This takes me a second. I don't know if all caps is gonna work. All right. What did you say? Dan Go Thoughts. This is gonna be the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Come on. All right. All right, BetterHelp online therapy. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, we're gonna go to his videos. We're gonna pick the most popular video. Is that a bad idea? Sometimes that's a bad idea. If it can help one, it's worth it. David Clements is cool too and gives me hope, lol. You only get one, Shine. You only get one. We're gonna do Danco. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Like, for heaven's sake, how do I, those don't work. Oh, this is excruciating. Pull this out. I just want to do this. Bro. All right. It looks like I don't have a choice. We're going to go with the most...
Why has no one ever told you that the active compound...
Don't even start. All right.
I remember things very vividly from a very young age. When I was a little kid, I actually spent a lot of time with my grandparents. My grandfather was a nuclear physicist. I remember he was telling me about black holes.
Okay.
And that terrified me.
Okay.
I was like, that's just mind-boggling. It's a monster, right?
But at the same time, it fascinated me. And I said to myself, how do we know that? This unthinkably massive thing. I realized that nature doesn't
unthinkably
keep secrets. It's only a matter of, do we understand? What tools can we use to expand our knowledge? And for me, dimethyltryptamine, also known as DMT, was the tool that led me.
All right, you see the problem here is people make high quality videos that are like really well made, and they have like long introductions with high quality like video assets and like sound assets. Dan Go Thoughts, what is the discovery? I'm super curious, but I can't just like splurt it out here. Let me try harder.
It changes running in a pattern. It looked like
it was translated.
Oh, stop because
Through the wall.
it's not like a hallucination.
We've never had a repeatable, testable.
Into it.
The claim. I just made a connection that nobody made
seen
before,
this
which
guy
is a
before?
simple connection.
I haven't seen that guy before.
The claim is like in the Matrix. It's my mind.
The second option is
We're asking.
Everything's like in the Matrix. We're in the Matrix. Everything's like in the Like what do people mean?
What it would be like to know you live in the Matrix for sure. Well, I know for sure. I'm gonna
is
All right, whatever. That's his most popular videos. Dan, go thoughts. And I didn't as much as it might
In 1945, the United States launched
Shut
a
up. As much as it might bother people, I just kind of checked it out for like 1 second. Jeez. Mobby Gang just trying to share what I feel is good, just like his last on this video. Lol. Yeah, I know. I'm just being like a peanut gallery to your jams here. And we could pursue this in great depth. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
that was dedicated to the study of occult sciences.
No, what is this all about?
Just like making plans with friends, you can plan to.
Oh, I know.
A brilliant Harvard psychologist who became a very took the system model, the human nervous system can local are map
He's like
of the
a
world.
sci-fi author, and like he's like a hippie.
Think ever
Is he wearing a tinfoil hat? No, it's
encounter.
just his hair.
So an exalted phrase. Basically, the idea is we're not stuck with our primate form as understanding and infrequent engagement with the higher circle and live society. So
This is. I hope my videos aren't like this all the time, where like it feels like if you just scrub through it really fast, like nothing ever happens.
this is partly due to in the religious traditions. They were convinced that these traditions for the brain and nervous system to rapidly chase and divide a musical instrument. And doing so creates a more harmonious life experience.
I mean, love the player, hate the game. This is gonna be AI.
Imagine a universe where consciousness is not a singular entity, but a spectrum of evolving circuits, each
We already.
one intricately connected to the other, forming a vast dynamic network, chatting throughs as we peel them away. This is the world Timothy Leary invites us to explore with his revolutionary 8-circuit consciousness model, a framework that challenges conventional thinking and opens doors to new realms of understanding. This model, a bold attempt to map the evolutionary trajectory of human consciousness, has captivated thinkers and seekers for decades. Its leading to a more represent distinct stages of new thoughts, outlining our during Circuit 2, emotional imprints.
Okay.
Into
We might be
outline-
getting somewhere. Am I like just old or like? I just kind of feel like I'm so impatient with everything always. I'm just so like what is this? And like just recently I wanted to really understand Sam Harris's like point that he makes a ton about free will and how it doesn't exist. I like really wanted to understand it. And I found like the most popular Sam Harris free will related thing that seemed to exist in the world. And I push it go, and he stands up here and it's like he's like, now you and I we're all people, right? We're people, we're human beings, right? You and me, we're human beings. So human beings, like, what do they want? They want warmth, they want food, they want to rest, they want to come back, they want to make a difference, they want to be someone who matters, right? You and me, we're people, that's what we do. And sometimes we need to sleep, sometimes we do need to rest, but as people, this is why there is just like no such thing as free will. You see, because like I have a skeleton inside of me. It's made of bones. You have a skeleton. We have skeletons. They're made of bones. We're skeletons. We're spooky, scary skeletons inside of our skin. And so if anyone doesn't think like determinism is true, I would look, I drink water. Water is nutritive. I like the taste of water, as I would since I evolved to drink water. And there's this weird thing, like when I'm looking for information where like it's an introduction.
Planning our evolutionary journey.
So I'm looking up Timothy Leary's 8 circuit model of consciousness because I'm kind of serious. I'm kind of curious if it like correlates with anything that I'm familiar with, or if it's just like an interesting like thing that exists.
Stages of neuroscientific stimuli adds a new dimension to our perception and interaction with
People get mad at me for using dimension as just this like word that means anything.
The world. These circuits are not physical structures within the brain, but rather functional networks that shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors.
Functional networks of what? Media and...
They represent a roadmap of human consciousness, outlining our evolutionary journey from basic survival instincts to higher states of awareness and interconnectedness.
So now we're talking a little bit like a stages of consciousness-y kind of thing, which is why this comes up. We got the survival, we got
food
the
and shelter, and our drive needs a
shelter,
the continuation of
protection,
our species.
Continuing emotional imprints. It looks like we're doing it like
Circuit 2,
magenta red
emotional
kind of thing.
imprints.
Okay.
It's here that we develop, highly influenced by our early childhood experiences, particularly our interactions with primary caregivers. Positive experiences foster feelings of security and trust. Conversely, negative experiences can leave lasting imprints, shaping our emotional responses and influencing our relationships throughout life.
Phase. Whoa, 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 I'm not ready.
Circuit 3, the mind's toolkit. The third circuit, activated as we grow, represents our capacity for language, logic, and symbolic thought. It's the realm of the intellect, enabling us to analyze wishes as
orange meme,
morality.
phallic.
The fourth is where we develop a sense of belonging, conformity, and
we're still
adherence to
amber
social
meme. All right.
norms. It shapes our beliefs
Mythic
about right
member.
and wrong, influencing our behavior within our families, communities, and society at large. This
Stock graphic of the hands holding.
circuit plays a crucial complexities of human relationships and contribute to the collective good.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Install ad block.
For your words.
You dummy. Come on now.
Circuit
install
5,
it?
beyond the mundane.
Ooh.
The fifth circuit,
Whoa.
often awakened through practices like meditation, yoga, or intense experience.
We're only up to 5 now in this model. We're only up to 5 now, and we're already being yoga guys. We're already getting centauric vision logic. All right. Let's see what you got.
Marks a expansion, heightened awareness, and a sense of interconnectedness with all things. This is the realm of creativity, intuition, and spiritual exploration. It
It's
allows
like levels 7 through 9.
us to transcend our egocentric perspective.
Maybe even 6 through 9.
And tap into a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe.
Car?
Circuit 6, Cosmic Consciousness. The sixth circuit, a realm of profound mystical experiences, represents a complete transcendence of the ego. Individuals operating at this level experience a merging with the universe, a sense of unity with all that is. This circuit is often associated with states of enlightenment, characterized by boundless compassion, unconditional love, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things.
Boundless love. Interconnected nature of all things.
Circuit represents a galactic networks. The seventh circuit, a realm of pure consciousness, represents a liberation from the limitations of the physical body and the constraints of linear time. Here, consciousness is no longer bound to the individual, but becomes a part of a vast, interconnected network of awareness that spans the cosmos.
What a vast, interconnected network of awareness that spans the cosmos. Like, isn't that kind of how you see it at Orange Meme? Like, that's not a very, as much as he said it in big words, I don't know that that's like the most like, that's not like a crazy way of seeing consciousness, that like it's all over the universe. It's like connected, you know, by the interactions that things have.
This circuit suggests the possibility of telepathic communication, astral travel, and access to dimensions beyond our current comprehension.
Whoa. Dimensions of what medium?
Circuit 8, the quantum leap.
Whoa.
The eighth and final circuit, the most mysterious and speculative of all, represents a complete transcendence of space, time, and form. This is the realm of pure potentiality, where consciousness merges with the very fabric of existence. It's a state beyond our current understanding, a realm of infinite possibilities and unimaginable experience.
Beyond our current understanding. Transrational, he's suggesting.
Legacy and relevance, a timeless model. Contemporary audiences. This model, created by the visionary psychologist Timothy Leary, offers a profound exploration into the layers of human consciousness. Its endurance of human Leary's, the model's relevant education using the technology path to self-discovery and enlightenment.
I don't know. Is the eighth circuit is the eighth circuit theory of consciousness like a good integral theory? Like, it offers a stage theory of consciousness. I'm not sure that the stages are necessarily incorrect. I feel like they're a little vague and just an interesting little like artifact of time. Timothy Leary, y'all. I've been asked to look into that. You know, people ask me questions sometimes. Anyways, having a super great time just doing live streams. Tonight, this is really just kind of a test to make sure everything's working. So I appreciate people dropping in and saying hi. I plan to do this like quite a lot more. I'm having like a pretty awesome time with it. And I'll be back with the David Long non-reductionism topic tomorrow, whether that means diving into his video on states of consciousness for rational atheists, or continuing from like 1 to 2.5 hours of the video that we're watching now, both of which would please me greatly. I hope that people don't perceive this in one way, shape, or form or another. I'm just like floating on the breeze and I'm having an awesome time doing it. So I will see you soon with this namaste to you all, the spirit of all, acknowledging spirit of all, and saying, yeah, saying something like that. And it's 2:20 right now where I live. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the hay. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow night.